everyone, and welcome to Journey with the Kellers. My name is Amanda Keller, and today we are back in the Keller kitchen. So today we are going to be making something from the Christmas movie cookbook. Today's recipe is chapati. Chapati, however you pronounce it. Okay? All right, so here we go. First thing that you're going to do is in a large bowl, you are going to put 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And then you are going to need your flour for a little bit later for when you're basically like rolling this out and stuff. So make sure to keep your flour handy. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then a half. Okay, there we go. Set that right there out of the way. Then you're going to need 2 teaspoons of granulated sugar. Teaspoons, right? Yep, 2 teaspoons. We got 1 and 2. Okay. Then you're also going to add in 1.5 teaspoons. It says of fine sea salt. Now, if you guys have watched some of my other videos, you know I don't use the different kinds of salts. I just use regular granulated salt. So here we go. So 1.5. Yep, 1.5 teaspoons. So here's 1, and then here is the half. There we go. All right, and let's see. You're gonna go ahead and mix this together. Okay. Once you get that good and mixed up, you're gonna add in 1 1/4 cups of water. And then also a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, which this is actually canola oil, but it'll work. Okay, so a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Okay, and you're just gonna go ahead and mix this all together. Now, the dough is going to be soft and sticky. And by the way it talks, I think it's gonna be pretty sticky. So let's see if we can get this all mixed in. Make sure you scrape down the edges of your bowl. Okay. Once you got it to where it's a pretty good consistency of a, something that you can work with, you're going to go ahead and flour whatever you're going to use to work on. Flour it down really well. Okay. So you want it heavily floured is what it says. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, you're going to take your dough and put it on here. I'm trying to make sure I get some of the flour and stuff off of the edge of the bowl. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you are going to knead this for 7 to 10 minutes, okay? It says you knead it for only 3 minutes if you want to use like a mixer with a dough hook, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and keep mixing or kneading this up. So for kneading, in case you don't know, basically you kind of want to be a little bit rough with the dough, not super rough, but I usually just take like the edge of the dough, kind of pull it into the side and smash it down into the center. So you're pulling it up from the side and smashing it down, okay? And that's just kneading. So you're gonna wanna do this for quite a while, okay? So after you get done kneading it, you're going to divide it into 8 pieces. So however you want to do that, you could use a knife to divide it into 8 pieces. You could probably just tear it apart into 8 pieces. That's up to you. But divide it into 8 pieces, and then you're going to let it rest for 15 minutes. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead, finish kneading this, divide it up, let it rest for 15 minutes, and then I will come back and show you guys what's next, okay? Oh, this also is supposed to be from the movie Holiday in the Wild, which was a 2019 movie. So from over in the, I think this is from Africa. I think that's where they're at. Well, they're in Zambia. So yeah, or I always say Zambia. It's not really how it's said, Zambia. But okay, so I'll go ahead and get this kneaded and then let it rest for 15 minutes after I divide it into 8 parts, and then I will be back. So be back in a little bit. Okay, you guys, so I have my pieces, all 8 pieces. They've been sitting for 15 minutes. So what you're going to do, how I got that divided up is when I was done kneading it, I just kind of patted it out into a circle, and then I just cut it kind of like a pie. So down the center, down this center, and then each of those 4 pieces got cut in half to make 8 pieces altogether. Okay, so now what you're going to do is on a heavily floured surface, again, I'm going to kind of take these and kind of turn them into little balls here. You're going to go ahead, make sure we put some flour on the rolling pin. You're going to go ahead and roll these out into 8-inch circles. Now, I will tell you, I always have trouble getting things to roll out into a circle. Most of the time, they kind of look like a weird, I don't know what, just a weird shape, okay? But I'll do my best to roll it into a circle as best I can. So, once you get it rolled out into about an 8-inch circle, which we're almost there, dough seems pretty easy to work with, which is good. Okay, it's kind of a, not really a circle, but close enough, okay? So when you get it rolled out into an 8-inch circle, what you're gonna do is you can either just take some oil and use like a pastry brush and just brush a really light amount of oil, and this would be the vegetable oil again, or you can use just some spray oil and lightly spray it on there, okay? All right, and I'm gonna kind of rub that around a little bit, okay? All right, so once you've got that done, what you're gonna do is you are going to roll each into a cylinder, okay? Into a long cylinder. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of roll this up. I might try to roll it out a little bit more while it's in this cylinder shape here. I think that's probably about good. I was trying to unroll too while I'm at it here. There we go. Okay, there we go. And then you are gonna take it and you are going to twist it into a tight spiral. Or I'm sorry, not into a tight spiral. Oh, it says roll it into a cylinder. Oh, so I guess we just leave it like this. I thought we were twisting it too, but you're not. So you're going to then curl it into a tight circle. So just put it into a cylinder shape and then curl it into a tight circle, kind of like you would a cinnamon roll. Okay, so nice tight spiral like that, okay? And then you are gonna let this sit for 15 minutes again, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and get these all rolled out, and then I'll let them sit for their 15 minutes, and I will come back and show you what we do next, okay? So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so now we have our spirals, and they have sat for 15 minutes. So you're gonna heavily flour your surface again. Now what you're gonna do now is you are going to just roll these out into a circle. So you're gonna roll each spiral, you're gonna leave it in a spiral and roll it out till it's about a 1/4 inch thick, okay? And you wanna do this right before you're getting ready to bake them. Now, like I said, one of my biggest problems is getting these to kind of try to stay in a circle because I'm not very good at it, okay? So now, once you have got it rolled out to about a 1/4 inch thick, what you're gonna do is you are gonna take some oil, just a little bit of oil, like a very thin layer of oil, and put it into a frying pan. And then you are going to cook this on each side. So you're gonna cook it on the first side until it's golden brown, which will take probably about 2 minutes. Flip it over and cook it on the other side until it's golden brown, which might take 1 to 2 minutes, okay? Then you're just going to repeat that with all of the doughs that you make. And then you're going to cover them to keep them warm. So you can cover them with like aluminum foil or something to keep them warm. It does say that these are best eaten immediately, okay? So I kind of like even made kind of a cool looking spiral as you're rolling it out. So that's cool. Okay, So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these rolled out. Then I'm gonna cook them with a little bit of oil in a pan for 2 minutes on one side or until it's golden brown. Then flip it 1 to 2 more minutes on the other side until that is golden brown. And then I will be back to show you guys how they turned out. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, you guys, so here they are, all nice and done. They look great. They're nice and golden brown on the top and on the bottom. And so they serve these a lot, I guess, in a lot of the African countries. And they kind of serve it as with as like a Christmas meal with a Christmas meal, because they have a lot of like soups and things like that, like kind of like a thick stew or a soup. And so you'll have this with it, okay? So I think they look really good. And so let's give one a try. I'm just gonna tear a piece off of this one. It's very hot because they just came off the stove. Okay. It kind of reminds me a little bit of something between like a biscuit and maybe a tortilla. I'm not sure. It's not quite biscuity, but it's not quite tortilla either. It's a little bit of both kind of combined. It is nice and flaky, and that flakiness comes from because we rolled it up into a cylinder and then made it into a spiral and let it sit like that and then rolled it out. So that's where like the flakiness and stuff comes from, is because of that. But yeah, it's really good. It's actually even good by itself. Now, I wouldn't only just use this for soups and stews. This would be great by itself with some kind of topping on it. Even like a peanut butter, like you could do this as like a breakfast thing, kind of like a waffle or a pancake, you know, and put some peanut butter on it or some jelly. I think it would be really good even that way. All right, you guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe if you like, or don't if you don't. Everyone have a good day. Enjoy your cooking. Keep your kitchen messy, and we'll see you later. Bye.